Do not repair your Pocophone, or at least, be very careful when repairing it. I know it kind of sounds like clickbait, and I guess it kind of is, but it's the truth, at least if you're trying to DIY the repair by yourself. You see, my Pocophone had some trouble with the charging, where I would get really slow charging speeds and some disconnects, and so I thought that I would just go online and buy a replacement board and just slap it in, right? And I'm done. Well, the truth is that this new replacement board was actually worse than the older broken board that I switched back to it, and here's why. Alright, so here's the original charging board on the left, and here's the replacement that I bought on the right. Let's play a little game of spot the difference, and let me undo that. Here's the top side of both the boards, of course, as I've shown you. And here is the bottom side of the board, how they look like when they're flipped over. So the first thing that you're probably going to notice is these golden traces that kind of look like antennas. And you'd be correct. But if you look closer, however, you notice that the original board has some chips and ICs that seem to be missing on this replacement board. And this issue even is more noticeable on the front, as you can see here, right? All of these seem, well, this as well, seem to be missing on the replacement board. You see, replacing the bottom subboard with this new one fixed my charging issues, but because of the differences, it introduced an even worse problem. I wasn't getting any cell signal at home where normally I would be able to get full bars of 4G LTE previously. This new board was giving me extremely bad signal, like 1 or 2 bars or even emergency calls only, aka no signal at all. When I swapped the board back to the original, my signal strength was super strong again. So, the problem definitely stems from this new board. What I ended up with was a situation in which I had to choose between a phone that had trouble fast charging with some random charging disconnects along the way, but with really good cell signal, or a phone that charged perfectly, but with pretty much zero cell signal. And honestly, it's not much of a decision. Having a signal, having no signal at all pretty much defeats the purpose of having a phone, as I can't even make calls or text or even use my data. So the funny thing is that it's not as if there aren't any traces or mounting points to accommodate for these SMDs and ICs. They exist right there. It's just that they're empty spaces where these chips and ICs are supposed to exist, and I have no idea why. Well, maybe except for here, because this does not have it. So the problem with looking online is that the majority of the boards that are being sold look exactly like this, right? Where it has the missing chips, as you can see, and these are the boards which you want to stay away from. Now, at the time of where I did my repairs, I did not have any options to get legitimate original ones, but just looking up this video right now, looking up this page for this video right now, I see 2 options here which look exactly like the original board, which has, you can see, all the ICs. Even the golden traces are the same for both of them, I believe. There you go. So the conclusion is that you probably want to be extremely careful as to the board that you're buying, to make sure that you get an original part. Okay. Because these original boards pretty much popped up recently, I ended up trying to do the repairs by myself by replacing just the port. And honestly, it wasn't easy at all, and my repair ended up half working. The phone could now charge properly, but charging still wasn't working, unfortunately. Quick charging, I mean. In the end, I just brought my phone to a Xiaomi service center and got them to fix it, which meant paying for a new board and their service cost that ended up being about 79 ringgit, which honestly isn't all that much. So the first thing I did when I got the phone back was to tear it down again and have a look at the board, which is this guy that they replaced me with, and sure enough, it looks exactly like the original board that came with my phone well, actually this guy, oops, this guy. And yeah, complete with all the SMDs and ICs, everything, oops, a daisy, everything is there, right? So even on the back, the antennas look exactly the same. So, fast charging works once again, and network connectivity is perfect. So maybe only Xiaomi has access to these boards, and everything else online is not only an imitation, but poorly made ones. Anyway, this is more of a PSA kind of video so that hopefully you guys don't end up in the same mess as I did. If your phone port is damaged and you're unsure of which new board to buy, then maybe you can try the ones that I pointed out on AliExpress, or just anything that looks similar to the original board that I showed, or maybe just take it to a Xiaomi service center and save yourself the hassle. So yeah, just some heads up for any of you that might be considering such a repair. I thought I'd share my experiences. Well, yeah. If you like that I did, give it a like. You can drop a comment down below or hit me up on Twitter or Facebook. Make sure you're subscribed and click the bell icon to get notified for when any of my new videos go live. My name is Yang, aka the Tech Rodent, and yeah, I guess not all videos end in success, but that's okay. I'll see you guys around.